again, there are many people that...
Can we at this point, I just want to let viewers know that we will be taking a very short break. As we explained earlier, the air condition just suddenly stopped functioning and it's a little bit warm in the studio. So we will take a short break and we will be right back refreshed so we can continue. And just as we will start, we come to this, Gwen was talking about how to flush diabetes out of your system. So when we come back, we're going to speak about that a little bit. And again, as you know, all of these are right here in St. Lucia. So we're going to take a short break. This is Flavia Cherry, your host. I've been speaking to Gwen Carter. She's a cultural scientist and has done a tremendous amount of work on environmental resources. We'll be right back. Good evening, viewers, and welcome again to the Gender Dimension. We took just a very short break, and we're happy to be back. I am here with my guest, Gwen Carter, who is an environmental researcher. She's a cultural scientist and has done a tremendous amount of work on the use of environmental resources, especially based on the fact that we currently live in a very changing global environment. And our focus for tonight's show, we are actually looking at disaster preparedness and relief. And just before we took a very short break, we were talking about diabetes and some of what, and I'm glad that Gwen brought up the subject of diabetes because, as you know, we have many people in St. Lucia who have diabetes and a lot of people who actually rely on certain forms of medication. And in the case of a disaster, we know that a disaster can happen, especially a hurricane, and you will need to know what you need to have so that you can be ready, because if all the stores are closed and everything is destroyed like it was in Grenada, we need to know what is available. So I would like to introduce you right back to Gwen so she can begin.
Flavia, the thing with diabetes is, again, diabetes happen into the body when the poop gets into the bloodstream. People are extremely constipated. Now, globally, they don't know what poop is. When your bowel movements, when your feces actually get into your bloodstream from extreme constipation. Now, that's a big thing here in St. Lucia is extreme constipation, which is why you all are #1 in the world with diabetes. But V&E, your Value Everyday Superstore, it has Cascara Sagrada, which is one of the greatest natural laxatives, along with your own natural senna leaves. You all know senna leaves. What I like about,
in St. Lucia?
I don't know, I don't believe so, but I don't know. I've never had any of your herbalists or doctors tell me that it grows here. The thing about Cascara Sagrada and the thing about your Everyday Value Store, V&E, is that they have packaged these so reasonably. These are only $2, $3, but I like Cascara Sagrada because it heals the colon as well as cleanse the bowels. So if there's a member of the family constipated, there goes the Cascara Sagrada in there. As soon as they get a cup of hot water, they could actually make a cup of tea. However, if they don't get a cup of hot water, this is Cascara Sagrada bark. You can just take a little bark and suck on it. Once the bitter get into the liver, that will ignite a bowel movement. Bowel movements are going to be extremely important during these times. If you hold your bowels because there are not sanitary conditions for you to relieve yourself, you're going to end up in serious trouble. So I'm suggesting to you all that you learn how to perfect how to move your bowels without flushing toilets and without all of the accommodations that you have. So one, you're going to need a lot of fiber in your body. I'm going to show you what fibers fit nicely into this package. But your Cascara Sagrada, the family member who's responsible for grabbing the bottles, you should have a bottle of senna or a natural laxative. I make a wonderful natural laxative, and I'll tell you, I've had people who are diabetic who say to me, Gwen, I need a laxative. I go to the bathroom every day, but I just want to purge. When I give them my combination, they actually will go to the bathroom 11, 8, 6, 5 times that day, just getting out old stuff, and they thought they weren't constipated. If you eat cooked foods 2 to 3 times a day, 7 days a week, you're going to be constipated. The colon doesn't move all of that out. Now, Flavia, I remember you telling me that you actually spent over $100 on colon cleanse. Well, Simply Natural, again, in Marchard and Rodney Bay, they have a colon cleanse for only $5 to $7 a package.
Wow.
You take 2 teaspoons twice a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, and it, again, not only cleanses your bowels and your colon, but it heals the colon. Absolutely superb.
That's
I love
fantastic.
the blend.
So this is available. Where did you say this is available?
Simply Natural in Marchard.
Simply Natural in Marchard. It's available.
And in Rodney Heights.
So I no longer need to go and spend $107 on my colon cleanse that I purchased.
Absolutely not. What you need to do is keep your colon cleanse more often, more regular. You know, a lot of people get upset with me because they say, well, how long will I have to do the laxative? I said probably for 2-3 years. They're like, but then I'll become addicted to it. And I tell them, you're addicted to the food, so you better be addicted to what it gets it out. However, what I'm telling you is that Cascara Sagrada colon cleanse, these are herbs, these are foods, they are medicaments, they are not chemical laxatives, so you don't become addicted to it. And this is the other thing. All of the plants that I introduce you to are basically melanated plants, so they control, they conduct, and they actually program you to break the addictions. Everything that I introduce to you are so rich in nutrients, vitamins, and minerals, and fiber, and even a store of water like the prickly pear cactus, the wachet. They actually help your body to break the addiction, to move things so that it comes along faster. But of course, with this is the king of exercise, walking, the queen of exercise, stretching. You should be trying to do these things every single day. And if by any chance you're blessed enough that the Honorable Priest Kailash,
yes,
the great physician international, is still around, you will have his wonderful free up. Kailash has done a absolutely wonderful job with his products. His free up will clean you out nicely. His book will help you very, very, very thoroughly understand how to cleanse your body, rejuvenate your body, and be well. So you've seen his book in Simply Natural, and many of you have been to his seminars. Most of you were there today. It was a wonderful seminar at the Cultural Center. But there are many things that's going to need for flushing diabetes out, and this is only 1 second more we're spending on diabetes. NatMed. NatMed used to be in Rodney Heights. They're now just on the Kappa State Road. NatMed is an absolutely fabulous local business that has greens first. This has your spirulina, your kelp, your wheatgrass, your barley grass, your broccoli, your carrots. This has so many rich nutrients and vegetables. If we had time, I would read you the entire label to let you know. But I say to you, St. Lucia, because you do not eat enough green vegetables, and now that the diabetes is in your body, you will not be able to eat enough vegetables or juice enough vegetables to get that out of your body. Therefore, you are going to need to go to NatMed. Familiarize yourself with their products, and it's extremely important that you get on greens first. There's a measuring spoon inside. You take that spoon and you simply put two servings in a little bag, and that goes in your waist pouch again. So you know you have powerful food.